Hey coin collectors, and welcome to another joint between the DC Coin World Coin Channel and Big D Coins. And this is DC from DC Coin World, and this is the 1963 United States 5-cent coin, the Jefferson nickel as we call it. It says, "In God we trust." In front of Jefferson, liberty behind him. There's a star here, and this is not just a blob, this is actually a star, and we'll show you a better condition one coming up. And then it says Liberty Star 1963, and you notice there's no mint mark under here, and there's a very good reason for that. And that's not because this is a Philadelphia coin. That's because in 1963 the mint marks were on the back. So the U.S. nickel from 1963, if you want to find the mint mark, you have to flip it over. We flip this coin over and we see it says E pluribus unum at the top. Here's Monticello here, and it says Monticello right there. It says 5 cents, and then it says United States of America, and once again we can't see any mint mark. And I thought I said when I told you that they were on the back. Well, let's look at this one. Same thing, 1963. And there's where the mint mark would be if there's a mint mark on a 1963 5 cents coin or Jefferson nickel. It'd be on the back over to the side of Monticello. And you see there isn't one here, so that means that it is a Philadelphia mint. This one over here is a D for the Denver mint. And of course, as Big D always says, the reason that there's no mint mark from Philadelphia is because Philadelphia was the original mint, and it was the only mint for a long time. And you don't put a mint mark if there's no other mints. If that's the only place you can get it, you don't have to say, you don't have to identify it any further. Well, it turns out that as we went through time, there were more than one mint. There's actually been a number, right? There's Philadelphia, San Francisco, Denver. There's the West Point Mint has put out some coins, and then you find some old silver coins from the Carson City Mint. So there have been a number of mints in the United States, but Philadelphia, the blank one, is the first and the longest running of them. Now, when I look at these coins, I think, wow, what if I could get a one that's not in that's in great shape? And so I actually got one, and I'll show you. I found this. It's a 1963 proof coin. You can see that the coin holder is a mess, and I just popped it out of the coin holder, and you can probably guess why I popped it out of the coin holder and why I'm actually touching it. And that's because it turns out that the 1963 proof version of this coin is not of any value hardly at all. It's worth about $1 to maybe $2. So can you imagine a proof coin, 50-something years old? But that's kind of how it went with these nickels. They just did not increase in value. There's no mint mark on this one, but you know what? There's never going to be on a 1963 proof coin, and that's because the 1963 proof coins were only made in Philadelphia. So, is there any value to any of these coins? Well, of course, there's always going to be a value if you can get one of the regular circulating coins with all the steps. And if you look at this one, you can see, God, I mean, this is just a great full steps version, but because it's a proof coin, it is not of any real value beyond the dollar plus. In fact, I wasn't sure. I looked it up in the U.S. Coin Digest. And U.S. Coin Digest said $1, and I said it must be a misprint. And I looked it up on eBay, and I found out I could get one for $2, including shipping. So they are not worth that much. Are there any that are worth any more? Yes. If you can get one of these Denver Mint coins in a mint state 65, but not a, this is what we'd call a proof state 65, right? That maybe a little under. This is a proof state because it's a proof coin. This one is a mint state because it would be a mint state because it would come straight from the mint and have been handled, at least to some extent. So if you can find the mint state version of this coin, and in 1963 Denver made 277 million of these. The mint state version's worth $1 to $2, about the same as the about the same from the Denver mint as the as the proof coin. But the Philadelphia one If you can find a blank one here from Philadelphia, which is not a proof coin, and you can tell the difference by the shine and the buff on them. If this was a circulating coin, I could put it right next to this one, and that's how you, if you want to make sure you got the right thing, get one of the proof versions for $1, put it next to the circulating version, and if you have an MS65, you'll be able to tell the difference, and so will the grading agencies. And it won't have, again, it won't have a mint mark over here, but if you can get this in a mint state 65, you're talking about $12 to $15. It is certainly worth looking for it. Maybe at a low end, $5 to $7, but people are starting to buy them just because they're hard to find. Now, 1963 was a really low mint year. You're going, well, they only made them in the a few hundred million. They only made about 450 million total. Well, that's because they were trying to cut down on people hoarding coins, and so in 1964 they just put a huge number out. They put 2.8 billion 1964 nickels out the next year, and they also, so they went from 450 million to 2.8 billion, almost 7 times as many in 1964. And then 65, 66, and 67, they didn't put any mint marks on any coins at all. All right, well, that's all we have from the DC Big D joint. We'd love to have you subscribe to Big D Coin Channel and the DC Coin Channel, and we'd love to have you leave comments in either section of the comments section of Big D or DC. Have a great day.